You know the star. You know the history-making career. You think you know the struggle. But the secret to her resilience, the foundation of her multi-million-dollar empire, was built on the single hardest choice she ever made, the moment she chose to be homeless.
It was a decision that lasted just one cold, hungry week, but it changed everything. The year was 1986. She was barely 20. She had a taste of Hollywood after a brief but successful run in the beauty pageant circuit. She was desperate to make the jump from her quiet, Midwestern life to the sprawling concrete jungle of New York City. Her mother supported her, but with one condition, and this condition was non-negotiable. If you want to chase this dream, you pay your own way after 1 year.
Our future Lister took the leap. She had savings, but they vanished faster than she expected. By the time the deadline came, she was completely broke. She made the call home, expecting a loan, expecting a safety net, expecting her mother to cave.
The response was a definitive, painful no. That refusal was an act of brutal tough love, and it left the star completely stranded. She admits she fought with her mother, even stopped speaking to her for a time. But her mother held firm. She wasn't going to enable a dream without effort. With no money for rent, she was forced to check into a local homeless shelter. This wasn't a strategic move, it was pure survival. She described the shelter experience in interviews as a low point, a true rock bottom. But it was there, sleeping on a cot with strangers, dealing with the shock of her new reality, that the paradigm shift began. She had hit the absolute limit of her struggle. She knew that if she could survive this, she could survive any rejection Hollywood could throw at her. The homeless shelter lasted about a week before she was able to find work. She took any job she could get to secure enough cash for a small room. More importantly, she internalized a lesson her mother gave her: independence is non-negotiable. She realized that the only thing separating her from the streets was her next audition and her next paycheck. This newfound grit immediately paid off. Within 2 years of that brutal week, she landed the role that would change her trajectory: Emily Franklin in the sitcom Living Dolls.
The comfort of a consistent salary meant she could focus entirely on her craft. The experience of the shelter stripped away the fear of failure, replacing it with the ferocity of survival.
Today, this star is quick to credit her mother for that hard-line refusal. She calls it the most important lesson she ever learned. She had to learn that the path to success wasn't paved with loans or bailouts. It was paved with her own sweat and resolve. That single week of struggle gave her the strength to face down every obstacle, from racist casting directors to the industry pressures that nearly break every rising star. It wasn't a setback, it was the foundation. It was the ultimate paradigm shift. And that actress risked it all for her dream. That very same woman would become an Oscar winner and a global icon. We know her as Name Halle Berry. And that's today's paradigm shift. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, don't quit your daydream.